powered by Riverside FM.
What's up? It's your girl, the N, the I, the T, the A, the space K, and we're back yet again with another exclusive podcast here this evening. I just came back from that. And with my sister Sunshine Jamaica Blaze at Chocolate, so shout out, respects to her. It was her very first time flying and being in LA, and my God, before I go ahead and tune into that, and before we get to our exclusive interview, I got so much to share with y'all. Right now, we're doing a casting call for our TV series Secrets, which is a SAG-AFTRA micro agreement. So shout out to SAG-AFTRA for that micro agreement opportunity with some of our projects. This podcast is even a SAG-AFTRA micro agreement. You feel me? So if you need any assistance, you want your interview done, you know to hit up Nita K Productions. That's NITA space K Productions LLC. Now, I have been networking so much for the last few days, being out there in LA at the BET Experience. Had an awesome opportunity to meet a lot of known people and a lot of people that are in the background that make a difference in far as entertainment, the entertainment industry. You know, you feel me? Got a chance to see my boy Doma T. So shout out to Doma T, a Chicago native. He's been doing big things for the longest, and he came from Illinois Media School, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to big ups to Doma T, and shout out to Doma T for his success and his journey being at the Waymakers event. Shout out to Waymakers. They are another business that I've had the opportunity to be able to go to that event and see Doma T there, along with Big Boy. Shout out to Big Boy, the DJ radio host, still doing his thing. Lazarus, got able to connect with Lazarus, met him there at the Waymakers event. Got a chance to meet some dope people, got a chance to get some cool gear, get some information to bring that back, made some connections, and it's been on and popping. Got a chance to be in front of Robbie Reed for BET, Gabrielle Dennis, Mr. Don Welch, Yvette. That's just the name of a few people. Me and my sister, at first we were numbers 15 and 16, but with them having to put people in the room that were there together, that were performing separately, they wanted to have even and odd numbers. So me and sister, we end up still being in the front, numbers 29 and 31. So big ups to that. We got a chance to experience that. It's just been a lot going on. We got a lot of information that's in store for you guys, but not just to drag that on. We also have shout out to Forrest Lee. He's looking for some female music artists that want to do a collaboration. So please reach out to Nita K Productions. If you don't know who Forrest Lee is, I will be glad to connect you. But we're looking for 5 female artists, not only just female artists, just music artists, period, that want to join and be in a collaboration. So if you need that information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Now, we got to make this big because I met this young lady at this competition Sunday. We had just flew in, tired as a dog, and just getting off of the plane. I made sure that I told Jamaica, like, hey, You are OG. We come to just grace our presence. I'm not really there. I'm a film director. I am do music. You know what I'm saying? We're United Masters. I have a couple of songs. I write music more so, but I'm a film director, videographer, podcast host, background actress for different TV shows, so on and so forth. So I just came to just bless the stage, network, get to meet people. I wasn't there for the competition because I was scouting creatives to work with us and to work with, them, looking for people to win a record label with us because we are a record label with TikTok sound on. So shout out to TikTok. We are a record label because of them. So shout out to them. We're looking for music artists to collaborate with and put something together. But I met this young lady who we're going to get into this podcast interview with. I met her at the competition. And let me tell y'all, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm going to be honest. The first couple of music artists, all right. They wasn't terrible. But I was looking for that. I was looking for that particular ambiance, like that particular style. And I work with all creatives. It doesn't matter, we don't put you in a box. But when I heard this young lady play her music and got up there and did her songs, I was like, okay, young and vibrant. And I got her that was her first time performing. You could have fooled me. So I mean, being able to connect with this young lady, Aisha Dominique, I want to introduce her to you guys. Let her tell you her journey, her story, her passion, her plans, her goals, what she has been through. Answer some questions. Not just be boring, throw some fun in it. We really want to get to know this lady. So please, without further ado, guys, and everyone that's listening, please let's welcome Aisha Dominique to this podcast. How you doing, man?
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for taking the time out to interview me.
Yes. I mean,
Um,
go. I mean, I know it's so much. I got so many questions to ask. Like, just just to get started, just start them off small and start off slow. Tell everybody like where you're from, your background, up until you got to this point. Just a brief summary, then we're gonna dive into detail with things.
okay, so I'm from the west side of Chicago.
Okay, West Side.
My grandmother, she played a part in raising me. After she got sickly, I actually then resided on the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
Throughout my journey here on this earth, I've been to like 13 different foster homes.
Mm,
But I was blessed and I was able to land into a good home.
yeah.
I've been singing, performing, been in all the school plays. I've always laid the best part in the school talent shows since I
Good.
was 4 years old.
Okay.
So this was my first time like actually performing in front of a large group of strangers in that setting. But like when
Yeah.
it came to like college and high school and just in front of family members and I was kind of familiar with the performing part. So I
Right.
was just happy for the experience. And I had made a goal list for the year. I was like, my goal is to get in front of three places, get out there, put myself out there, showcase my talent, let people see me, let people get the feel of who I am. Because I feel like for so long, I lived in the shadows of others, allowing them to like cloak in my energy or
Yeah.
paint this picture of me that just wasn't me. So this year, I'm like, you know what? I'm coming out. I'm showing who I am, and I
Yes.
want people to get a chance to know me and to hear my music. And I feel like, honestly, to create a strong bond. But like
Yes.
like how you was moved and you were touched, it just felt so good for so many people to run up and hug me and to just
Yes.
embrace me and just I felt so welcomed.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of it. Like it gives you empowerment. It lets you know you're doing the right thing because I'm sure, like most people and myself and yourself, There has been naysayers, haters, negative people that think you will
Yeah.
be get this far. They're banking on you to not make it or
Yes.
fail, and it just feels even better when you accomplish that because all those people that said you couldn't do it or shouldn't do it, they looking and seeing that you are doing it, and it's like it feels so good once you accomplish that. It makes it even more of a great experience when you go through that. Man, that's what's up. Like being that, like I know, girl, I know you was like overjoyed with excitement. I know you was like kind of shell shocked, like kind of like not to say you doubted yourself, but to just be like, wow, okay, if this is what it is when I'm just
Yes.
coming out, imagine how far I could go. So
Yes. How far I could have been, but
right,
I'm a strong believer
you can make it.
we're exactly where we need to be, you know,
Exactly.
at the exact time that we need to be there. So I
Ex-
was happy for that. Like, and what made me like even a stronger performer at that time was being able to sit back and see the other artists, go up there.
yeah.
Cause I could imagine like the guy that went first, how much pressure he was under. So I
Yeah.
was like, if he can do it, I can do it. Because
Exactly.
I told him if even if we all leave here, we all gonna still be winners at the end of the day. Just because
Exactly.
we showed up, we already won. So he was like,
Exactly.
I like the way you think. So when it got time to say who, the winners of the contest was, I was so excited because even though he was like coming in sixth place,
Yeah.
Powered
Miss
by
Aisha
Riverside
Dominique, he
FM.
still was able to say my name first.
Yes.
So I still felt like I was first, and I'm like, those that shall be last shall be first. So I was just grateful for it. And I look forward to doing the feature and, to working with you all. And I'm thankful for this
Yes.
opportunity.
Yes. I mean, I'm just so excited. Like, I don't even know where to start, but I do want to start off with this because I have been doing research over the last several years. I've even taken a step into going on a tour to see how promoters operate and going to a show like the show that I went to on Sunday and see how they operate. And I have found in my foundings, before I even tell you what my findings are, my question to you is, do you agree with having to pay in your own hometown? If you're networking and collaborating with people, do you believe in having to pay in your own hometown to perform or even be in a competition? Do you believe that that should be?
So I'm always like a neutral person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm always like a neutral person. Um, I felt like before we got to the place, he kind of like gave us instructions. So like if you bring three supporters with you, it would knock down your performance fee. But I do feel like by him getting us that opportunity and paving the way for us to even come perform and showcase our
Mhm.
music, I do feel like it should be a fee in place.
Mm.
But I, honestly, like if we didn't bring the amount of people that we supposed to bring with us, and then we
You
ended up
gotta
paying
be,
a
yeah,
higher
pay
fee,
all of that. Yep.
then I can kind of understand that because like it was told to us beforehand. But as you're asking, should we, be charged to perform in our own town and our own cities? I just don't think nothing is free in life. I'm gonna be honest with
Mhm.
you. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. So that part, I'm just kind of neutral.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So with that being said, so I have found that, and this is what I don't want to even put it all the way out there because I don't want nobody to try to correct my style, but
Okay.
nobody will be able to do it the way I do it. Everybody do things differently. So, and I'm not the first person that probably have thought about this, but I am trying to get, like, I can understand if you're out of state, out of town, and you're trying to, first of all, why are you paying to be in a competition? Ain't you trying to win? Why do you have to pay to be in a competition? That's
Yeah.
number one. That doesn't make sense. Now, to pay to perform out of state, out of your hometown, I understand that. But I also understand this. If you are going to charge creatives to perform, music artists to perform in your own hometown, and whether it's a competition or not, explains, because some music artists I found that they just pay to perform. They just so excited because they want to perform, and they're not looking at, oh, you're making the promoter rich instead of making your own self rich. So that's
Yeah.
what we teach on our end. You can take that same money. We show you how to manage and budget the venues. We all pitch in, like say for instance, we plan events. This
Right.
is just one of the things that we do. Like for Black Entertainers of Chicago University that we got going on here. We're gonna, just for example, we're gonna plan an event for all the music artists in this music 101 class to plan an event. We're gonna all have a discussion, talk about it. We're gonna all price everything for the venue. We're gonna all split the cost so won't be costly, so on and so forth. I ain't gonna get y'all the skills, but it's a way to use your own money for either less or about the same amount of money you would pay a promoter. You can promote yourself at venues. You already have the crowd, you already have the audience. You don't need the middleman for that. Because see, what they're doing is they're profiting the money and you'll never see where your money is going. I have been in a situation, not to say it's always like this, but I'm talking about here in our city. I am a firm believer that if you are like, all of our podcast episodes are free. We don't charge people to do these podcast interviews. Why? Why am I charging somebody to do a podcast interview? Why? Why am I? Now, I mean, it doesn't cost me to run this.
Right.
So why am I charging? Now, if it costs me to run this, to upgrade, then I might charge a small fee. But come on. I know people that's out here in our home city that's charging maybe like $20+ to $150 for podcasts, and I'm just like, what? That don't even make sense. And I'm from we from the home, like people get too Hollywood, and I just like, what's wrong with if you're people miss? So let me see. I got my words twisted. Before I say this, what do you think collaboration mean? Is it a dollar sign, or do you think collaboration means like we're going to collaborate? I help you, you help me. It shouldn't be a dollar sign, because what we both are going to
Exactly.
do is going to eventually both get us rich. You know what I'm saying? So, what
Right.
do you think collaboration means to you?
Collaboration, you come with your resources, I come with mine. And if you got
Yeah,
the resources, I got the talent, I can help you, you can help me, because I'm taking
exactly.
a chance on you. I seen
Exactly.
something inside of you, I want to work with you, but at the end of the day, you got to understand that I'm thank y'all, I appreciate it. You got to understand, that I'm taking a chance on you, so I just need you to show up. And at the end of the day, if I fall short, I need you to pick me up and have your part as well. That's what collaboration is to me.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm trying to get creatives here in my hometown to understand. I have had, and it's not because I know how to edit, I know how to write scripts and this and that. Like, oh no, I don't need nobody to do it, because I have brand ambassadors that are filmmakers and do their own side things. So it's not even that. It's just that, why am I charging? Like, I went to Full Sail University, okay? And I know 3D animators, whatever. I'm going to give you guys a scoop. How do y'all think that these film directors get these 3D animators and these music artists to collaborate? Guess what they do? They went to college or a university with 3D animators that write an animation series for them, or even just a regular, just a regular short or TV show. They got music artists that they went to college with. Guess what? They all collaborated, and now they got a soundtrack for a movie or a TV show. That is what we're doing. We're getting music artists together that are doing soundtracks for our short films and our TV shows. Who's paying for anything? Nobody. Guess what? We're going to put the soundtrack on for these TVs and movie shows on our record label. People
Exactly.
don't be thinking, and then you get your royalties from that. People don't be thinking that's just a little bit of scoop. But like someone like yourself, like, what is your idea of like what is your plan? Like, what is your idea of how, with you being in Chicago, being a music artist, what is your plan and what is your idea of how you would want your career as a music artist to go? Because see, before you answer that, I have a lot of opportunities. Like even with Project Pat, I take a select few every year with my friend Project Berry, who is the videographer of Project Pat. Every year for 420, I select a couple of music artists to go on stage for free. Don't have to pay. You just have to get to the location. Every year, I pick select artists. Like I mean, I'm trying to get music artists that want to plan out a tour, our own tour, and we plan this together, like the whole 9 yard, like without taking advantage of you. So, with that being said, with your experience, what your thought pattern is, and what your idea is as a music artist, what's your plan, and how do you see your music career going?
That's a great question. So
Mm.
honestly, I feel like this as a music artist, as an entrepreneur, as long as I show up, like that's what matters the most. Nobody want to work with somebody that does not show up. So as long as I show up, I put the work in, I'm showing you guys that I'm serious. I'm pretty sure you guys will be happy to work with me. It'll be a great investment. As
Yeah.
an artist, I've got hundreds of songs that's never been heard, hundreds of raps. This is the first time like I actually like shared those songs, with the
Mm.
crowd other than like family members. And people loved it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the right thing. It's my time. As I told you guys, God just been pulling on me. Like, it's your time, it's your
Yeah.
season. You know, a lot of people used to tell me, like, you give us 90s, but God said, don't let them dictate
Mm-hmm.
what they feel. Maybe it's a lot of people out there that need that 90s right now because that's when you
Exactly.
came and hugged me like, oh my God, you gave me
Yes.
Monica, you gave me Aaliyah, you gave me so much right there in that moment. Like, I loved it. And that felt good to see somebody appreciate your music and actually love what you bring to the table without, always having a negative side to it.
Exactly.
Because a
Exactly.
lot of people fear the competition, and I always tell myself there is no competition. I've already won. And I
Exactly.
think that's what really made me win because before that show even came up, I'm like, I already won. They coming to see me. I have to get that set in my mind already so that
Mm-hmm.
all I needed to do was show up. Like Aisha, all you got to do is show up. You already won. And
Absolutely.
when I won, I'm like, look how I manifested that. So
Mm-hmm.
as an artist, I'm just ready. I've been writing, I've been singing all my life, you know what I'm saying? And I get this, oh, you sell your voice is so beautiful. Oh my God, you're amazing. But guys, like it's time to share it with the world now. Like you've held
Absolutely.
it in for so long. It's time to let it out.
It definitely is. And I mean, don't hold back. Like, don't hold back at all. Like, can you like what advice would you give for with you, starting out, like what advice would you give to a person that like they like make music, they love music, they have been doing music, but they just been putting it on the back burner. Like, what advice would you give to somebody? Because I'll say this, you know who Leon Thomas is, right?
No, I've never heard of them, but when we hang up, I promise you I'm gonna go research a lot of these names you've been
Leon,
telling me. I got my paper.
yes, ma'am. Please take note of this. Leon Thomas, he played on the Disney TV show Victorious.
Okay.
You feel me? He has been on the BET. He was on the BET Awards. Okay, he did nobody like he sung on the TV show, whatever like that. But he is one of the new breakout artists. Like nobody's seen this coming. I mean, I always knew his music was gonna be something by watching the TV show, but knowing that he just broke out and he's on the BET Awards, he write music for so many people and nobody ever knew that he was gonna break out as an artist himself. Like thinking of that aspect for people that that's holding themselves back, what advice would you give to them?
So the advice that I can give, when I tell you I promote this every single day, like every day that I wake up, I even promote it on my TikTok show. It's called Let's Talk.
Yes,
Let them talk. That's what I promote every day. Let them talk. Like whether you're doing good, whether you're doing something bad, people gonna have their opinion. But the only thing matters is
absolutely.
that you apply the pressure
Powered
and
by Riverside FM.
that you've done all you can. Like you put your all into it. You would rather live your life knowing that you tried every day of your life and you didn't give up. So if it was meant for you, that door would open for you. And if it wasn't, that's okay. But you never gave up. Like age is nothing but a number. Like I tell people, we're not on the world's time and we're not on the government's time and we on God's time. And so at the right time, doors gonna open up in your life when they're supposed to. So what I would give upcoming artists, let them talk. Do you perform, show your talents, keep going, and apply pressure.
Absolutely. You definitely hit the nail on the head, girl, because like the hate gonna come. The hate is gonna come, whether you do good or bad. It's gonna come. There are gonna be naysayers. It's so look. Don't ever hold yourself back. You are absolutely right. Now, what I'm gonna let you know is, girl, because I have collaborated with and connected and networked with a lot of people in LA these last few days. I am going to be putting y'all music artists like on the map. I'm planning on taking y'all to the BT experience next year. Like I'm planning on taking y'all to the BT experience next year, like for the caster call, so that you guys can be able to network and open doors. And I'm planning on doing stuff here with you guys too to help you guys. With that being said, like what is it that you think you would need to work on?
I feel like for me, it's more getting out there performing in front of people. Like I've done it all my life, as I told you, since a very young girl, since 4 years old.
Yeah,
So I know I got the voice. I know I can write a song. Like I know I freestyle like off the top of the head, but it's more of getting familiar with the crowd. So that was a decent sized crowd, but I'm ready for a bigger crowd and a bigger crowd just to see like, how I can operate.
right. Okay.
Because I did amazing. Like I'm like, oh my God, for my first time, I felt
You
comfortable,
did.
but I knew it was because I was able to see so many people go before me.
Yeah, so you need some assistance with artist development as far as crowd control and like coaching and encouragement.
Yes.
Okay, that is like easy to do. Like you got your music down packed, you got some good feedback on that, so that's a no brainer. You got your stage presence. You just need like artist development on a small piece and putting that all together. Like even with your look, if you want a specific look, we can style you. Help you. Budget stuff like that. So we want to help put you together because you have some really good music. And with that being said, like, have you collaborated with anyone else as of yet or no?
Um, as of yet, I would say no. I haven't collaborated with anybody else.
Ooh, we. Now, would you collaborate with anybody else? Because I know a ton of other music artists.
Yes, I'm open to collaborating.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
open to new connections. I'm just open to finally like let's do it. Like
okay. So
let's
what
do
I
it.
would, so what I would recommend, and when we're done with this podcast, because I hear the determination. I can feel the energy from this
Thank you.
podcast. Once we're done, I'm going to recommend you to Black Entertainers of Chicago University because we do have it where artist development. Um, I would suggest that'll help you along the way, and it'll guide you, putting you in events, doing our own events, planning tours, stuff like that. I would recommend you that so you can go ahead and start getting your name out there. We promote you, so
Okay.
on and so forth. Now, have you been interviewed before on a podcast since you've been doing music?
No, this is my very first time.
Oh my
Yes, this is my very first time.
doing a podcast, and we are so blessed and grateful and honored that you
Thank
were
you.
willing to do this podcast interview with us today to go ahead and get your name out there.
Thank you
Like,
so
oh
much.
my God. Now, we just did so much talking. Can you please tell everybody the names of your songs, the meanings behind it, how you came up with those songs, and the meaning behind it, and like what you plan on doing next as far as music?
Okay, so the two songs I performed was Gotta Get It. That was the rap song I performed. Then I performed Lullaby. So that one I had wrote literally like 3 weeks before the performance because I'm like, I need something fresh.
Wow.
Let me just find my beat, let me find my wave because I wanted to give something brand new. I didn't too much want to dab into the past.
Yeah.
Like those could be just songs, you know, when it's time, do you got something for your CD? Okay, I got something, but I
Right.
wanted to give something fresh. So I was led to make something about empowering men.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? Men have feelings too. Women sometimes we always think it's about us. We never check to see what the man is going through. You know,
Exactly.
they carry a lot of weight on their shoulders as well. So I wanted to give back and I wanted to make something from the heart for the men. So that's why I was inspired by Lullaby.
Yes, girl. And you said you wrote that song 3 weeks before the performance, girl.
3 weeks before I had saw the ad and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna enter the contest. I'm gonna see what it takes me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna write something fresh. And
Yeah.
I just went with it, and it came in that moment, the words. And I'm like, I gotta set up a studio session. So I collaborated with a guy I knew from high school, and we got in there 2 hours, and we got it did. And I'm like, thank y'all so much because I ended up winning the
Yes.
contest with that song.
Yes. So what is the next steps with you winning the competition along with you and like Queen London and a couple of the girls that I know they won. So what is the next steps with you winning the competition? Congratulations.
Thank you. So the next step, thank y'all so much. The next step is actually we want a feature, so we get the hit, we get on the feature, you know, everything gets recorded, and it's a little paperwork involved, you know, like a little
Yeah,
disclosure how much the song makes. So that's a great opportunity.
it definitely
I
is.
look forward to that.
Yes, you gotta
I
shout
haven't
that out.
signed yet.
Yes, make sure I will tell everybody that's listening. Make sure you don't just sign it because you're getting a feature. Make sure you read the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, the fine print of those contracts. Because as many artists, not to say that that's what they will do to you, but many artists I find they get themselves stuck in a like in a lifetime of trouble. Like I don't know if you know the history of like I always reference TLC or like a lot of the other up and coming '90s music artists and groups. They were just happy to be famous. They were just happy to get the notoriety. They were not reading those contracts. They were just signing them away and getting advances. Whole time they broke because they need to pay. They need to pay their publisher. They need to pay this person, that person, that person, and they look up and they ain't made no money. So definitely read those contracts. Now, since you've won that competition, girl, how much
Uh-huh.
like attention have you been getting? Like, tell us more. I know the
Oh
feeling.
my God. Like I've been getting so many follows, so many people want to collaborate with me. Just
Yes,
even the opportunity with you guys, I'm like, it's just been a lot of opening doors. You know, I just took
yes,
the leap of faith and I'm just happy I took it because I'm like, man, I can see myself on billboards in a couple of years, you know?
yes, absolutely. Like, I know it's an amazing feeling. Now, with that being said, that was the first time you performed. Like, do you like get nervous or you just go for the gusto and worry about it later?
As I told you, like I have been performing for so long, like man, all the school plays, like everybody who ever went to school with me since grammar school, like
Yeah.
they already know what I can do. I always had the lead role. So it's like I don't really get. It's like when you first get up there, it's a rush. But once
Yeah.
you feel the crowd and you find something to focus on, but then once
Mhm.
people showing you love and you see everybody just loving what you're doing and bring it to the table, you kind
Yeah,
of warm up. Like okay, it's a safer feeling.
absolutely. It definitely is. And then like have you ever thought about like because we do this a lot with music artists crossover into acting, because it's still a part of entertainment. Have you ever thought about crossing over into acting?
Yes, I've been thinking about that literally for like the last couple of months because I'm like, you know what, I kind of want to go to Cali. I really want to relocate and just take
That's
my chances. You know, I'm really inspired by Taraji P. Henson. She's like my favorite. And I'm like, you know what? Hearing her story, it kind
yeah,
of made me realize what I've been going through and what I've been through and just being through 13 different foster homes. And,
yeah,
even the one I landed in, not really feeling accepted, being on my own since 16 and really only having my music to express what I've been through and
yeah.
how I felt. I'm like, I'm gonna take the leap of faith. I'm gonna go apply for an acting role. Wherever they can see me sing, like wherever I can get in.
Yes. So you know what? I'm so glad we connected and collaborated because, like I told you, I'm planning to take a group of people to LA next year so we can plan this out. Not only that, we're looking for people to play lead roles in our TV series Secrets. So if you're interested, we can talk about that too. Even if you don't want to play a lead role, a main role, you can play background. We can get you headshots done, measurements, like all of that. Get you a profile going. I kind of work with people with our independent projects and everything that we have opportunities for creatives. I kind of work with you to see what you need work on or what you need to enhance so that I can create your profile and get you started to want to do background with a lot of the TV shows that I've done or more here in Chicago, like The Shy, 61st Street, Empire. Well, Empire is no longer, of course, but
Okay.
like a lot of the Chicago TV shows, along with me and a couple of my brand ambassadors, a lot of people that I know, they work on the same TV shows as well that I've been on. So I'm kind of helping people build themselves so that when I do refer them over there, they'll be in good standing and be well put together. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm already been working with. We have 15 plus people with us. We have 5 brand ambassadors. So whenever you ready, girl, you want to do that crossover and then implement your music in some of our projects, you're more than welcome to do that.
Definitely.
Yes, absolutely. And then just to get more into you and what your next steps is, what your plans are. Like what do you see yourself in the future? Like how do you see your music career going?
I will honestly say I see myself rich. I
Yes.
see myself making it. It's just like a feeling that you can't really explain it, but
Mm-hmm.
I just believe as long as you put the work in and you're going towards the doors, and they're gonna be open when you get there. They'll be unlocked for you to walk through them.
Exactly.
I see myself winning. You know, I've got to a point where I've cleaned up my spirit. I cleaned up my mindset. I've separated myself from people, that don't add to me, that's not equally pouring into me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
at a place to where my mind and my head is, it's on straight, and I'm thinking clearly. I'm not letting anybody detour me from my path. So I feel like once you put your all and you putting your energy into it,
Yeah.
you can't get a no. It's only can be yeses if you apply yourself.
Absolutely. And then like keeping that positive attitude moving forward, you really have to have tough skin in this industry. Just because you get a lot of no's does not mean you won't have open doors that say yes. Like can nobody make the decision but God. He's the ultimate decision maker. So one door closes, another one definitely will open. It just means it's not your time at that time. But you always can, do what's best for you. If this is something that's for you, it will be for you. You start seeing opportunities come your way like never before. And that's what's been happening for you, girl.
Yes.
Yes, that's
I'm
what's
like,
been
this fell out of nowhere. That fell out of nowhere. And I knew it was for me because I'm like, I saw angel number 111. I'm like, I'm going to just go ahead and apply myself. And
yeah,
that door led me to that feature. And that feature led me to this podcast. And this podcast leading me to so many other doors. And I just
yes.
know, follow the yellow brick road,
Yeah,
okay?
girl. Speaking of follow the yellow brick road, that's so funny because we only have a few slots, not a whole lot of slots left. Like shout out to my uncle Derek Bell, rest in peace. He's played on The Wiz. We are looking for people who
I
want
heard
to
about
have fan reactions and just their experience growing up watching The Wiz, and we're gonna incorporate that in the docu series that we got going on. And as yourself being a music artist, you have definitely been following the yellow brick road
that.
to see.
Okay.
So definitely clock that. You feel me?
Clock
So
it.
definitely want to put, your reaction and your love for the movie. If that opportunity is there, you want to take advantage of it. It's there for you. But moving forward, like I know everybody want to know. They always ask this question. We always, people be knows and stuff. Do you have children? Are you dating? How is dating being in the music industry just starting off? Like, tell us more. How has it been for you?
Well, honestly, yes. I have children. It's 5. No
Yeah.
judgment. But I
Yes.
am a single mother. I've been on my celibate journey for 2 years.
Okay.
Um, I went through a divorce 2 years ago, and
Okay.
I just felt like this time I didn't want to jump into nothing. I wanted to go and clean myself up, get the
Yeah.
counseling that was needed, really figure out what I wanted to do because I felt like I spent a lot of my life pouring into relationships and people outside of me, and they left me feeling so empty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this time I want to fill my cup up. This time I don't want the codependency.
Mm-hmm.
So I am open, to dating, but once I tell people like I'm celibate, it's like they never make it.
Girl,
They
'cause
never make it because they want to be, they want to get the cake without putting the work in.
right,
Like
yeah, no, they not
I'm not
strong.
open.
They not strong enough, girl, and that's okay. Keep standing your ground. God go send you who is for you, that's willing to withstand and take that and be supportive in that way. So, girl, you doing the right thing.
Thank
Like, how has it been though? Like, I know a lot. Like, how has it been being in the industry and doing music? Like, has it been tough for you? Like, every time you look up, it's a nigga trying to holler at you.
Oh my God, especially at the concert.
Yes, girl.
Lately, like I'm not even gonna lie, cause I actually just came out of hermit mode where I literally was just took time out. It was work home, work home. It was like no outside people. I'm just focused on my
Yeah,
singing, focused on, my less talk that I got going on. I'm just putting positive energy out into the universe
yeah,
and just trying to steer people on the right path by sharing my life story with them, sharing my music with them, just hoping it helps and touches somebody out there. So
absolutely.
when I finally did like just step out, I would say from let's say like from May into May, it's like everybody see me now. Like I've never
Yeah,
felt so seen before in my life, and I'm like, man, this what it took for me to just go and work on me, clean myself up, get all
absolutely.
that unwanted energy off of me.
Exactly. Now, girl, who was at the competition trying to hit on you, girl?
I don't even know their names, but it was females and males. Like I'm like, man, I had this pool my entire life. Both sexes be attracted to me. Like, man, what do I have a pick me sign on me?
Oh my
I
God.
didn't get their names. It's just I would tell them like, no, I'm not interested. I'm celibate. But a lot of the artists, like a lot of them,
All of the artists that even if now look, you know how men be, they just be thirsty and you know what I'm saying? Like you know what? I'ma just be like real transparent. Like me and my guy, we came like so me and my sister Jamaica Blaze, she came with her fiance. I came with Mans. And so like even being a film director and everything that I do, and all of us like we still have the ones that are in relationships, like we still kind of like have to make sure that no one tries to take advantage of us. This is where I'm going with this.
yeah,
So being in the industry, you got to try to make sure nobody, because there are not, and I found a lot of this, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of guys and women, they like for women, they tend to take advantage of the men that are in the music industry and vice versa. But
yeah,
a lot of the women, they try to take an opportunity and they be opportunists and they take an opportunity because they're so hot, they're famous, they got this going, that going, just a gold digger, right? They
yeah.
not with them for who they genuinely are. And even with the males, they see the women who are in the industry and so on and so forth. And so I mean, you could just see it like right in front of you, even when it comes to friendships, not even just
Yeah,
relationships.
that is so
You
true.
get to see who really is like fucking with you. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? You get
that
to
is so
see who is
true.
fucking with you and who ain't fucking with you. When you come out your shell, they either hating on you or they wish it was them. And it's like you kind of see people in your life fall off. Has that
Yes.
happened to you a lot with friendships and relationships?
Yes, that's happened to me. Like honestly, since last July, I disconnected from my entire blood family. Like
Yeah.
it's from my entire family, from my friends, because I just needed that time and that space to myself. And I felt like this: if y'all was my real family, if y'all was my real friends, why nobody checked on me?
Yeah.
It was to a point they ran around saying like I got laced, and I hadn't got laced. I just went into like spiritual healing, and I just wanted to work on myself. Losing my father, going through a divorce,
Yeah.
having to start over from scratch. I just went into hermit mode, which I call hermit mode, just a place
Yeah.
where I wanted to be alone and just
Yeah.
figure out myself and what I want to do. And
Mhm.
by the time I tried to come outside, it was, oh, she got laid, she lost her mind. That kind of hurt me, so I had to end
Yeah.
up cutting an entire family and everybody, like from
Yeah.
my past. I cut them off, and I see my life has elevated. It was just
Yep.
dead weight. Like,
Yep.
instead of spreading rumors, saying that I lost my mind, saying that I got lazy, why didn't nobody call me? Why didn't nobody check on me? So
Right.
that really showed me that everything that happened was meant to happen, so that I can see that those people were not for me.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that, and it kind of brings me to this because we do a lot. We have a women's panel that'll be coming soon with women like yourself in the industry that have went through trials and tribulations. I mean, I got locked up. I went through a lot of stuff with the city. We're going to be protesting. Jamaican Blazings went through a lot. We have a women's panel that we're going to be putting together, along with us having we have a women's sorority that we're just started called Zeta Phi Chi, just teaching women who have, like ourselves, been through trauma, been through heartache, been abandoned and whatnot, and working through this industry and working through those, just kind of like a support group for women, filtering, trying to teach each other how to filter through those moments with having anxiety, having PTSD, going through the trauma that we've been through. So
Yes.
you may want to benefit with those two programs that we have, because I've been through trauma along with the other group of women. And if you're interested too, I have a couple of documentaries that I'm putting out. One is my sister Jamaican Blazes documentary, and myself, amongst other women possibly. If you want to get your story out there, with you, being from different homes and how it affected you, even if it
Yes,
gets
I
to
would
sad
definitely.
points, and putting your music, that will get the audience personal with
Yes.
you. To get them personal with you, along with your music, and them to understand why you're doing what you're doing, and then tie that in with merch and just making a brand for yourself. That will really help for people to get to know you personally and know what you have been through. So if you're wanting to be in a part of that, we can definitely talk about that as well.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, before we wrap this podcast interrupt, like, I just want to tell you that I appreciate you coming on here, being so easy to work with and talk to. I
Thank you.
appreciate you spilling your music into my ears when I collaborated. I mean, not collaborated, but networked with you on Sunday. I just appreciate you being like quick draw McGraw, like being on this podcast, willing to get it
Thank
out
you.
there so that you can put your stuff out there. What we're gonna do is I want to have you send me your music, and I'm gonna have you tell everybody where we can get your music or hear your music. Because I'm gonna have you send me your music, and if
Okay.
you like, I will be dropping your music in the background on this podcast. Which when
Okay. I would
we're
love that.
Yes, when we're done editing, everybody that's tuning in, it will be edited and placed on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, and Amazon. You're hearing it live here on Riverside FM. You feel me? This is
Powered by
Powered by
Riverside FM.
Riverside, and they have gave us an opportunity for the last couple of years, since 2022 actually. They have really been giving us an opportunity to put our creatives out on the platforms, the big platforms. I mean, we got 9 subscribers, 153, I think 153 streams. I'm looking at it now. Like, we really, yep, 152 plays for our podcast. 9 subscribers. This is live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook from time to time. But really just want to get people's story journey out there. We do follow-ups every now and again, which we're going to get back to that. But I want to give everybody an opportunity to tell their story first, follow your journey, and let everybody hear what you have to offer. Can you tell everybody, please, Aisha, Dominique, please, everybody, where they can listen to your music?
So my music is on Apple, it's on Instagram, Spotify, it's on Facebook. Like, even if you just put Aisha Dominique, it'll be several songs that pop up. Lullaby, I just tried to release it this last Sunday,
Hmm.
but they mixing it down, so that one is coming out shortly, within probably like the end of this week. But
Okay.
I will be sending that one to you so you can, mix it in with this.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I know that one is gonna touch the men because like we never think about the men, what they go through, and I know that one is gonna really touch them. So
It really is. It really is. You're going to have a large audience. I mean, you already got one now with the feedback that you've gotten for the competition. So
thank you.
definitely, like, tell them where you can follow. They can follow you on your social media too, and spell it out for everybody for the slow ones in the back.
For my social media platforms, I mostly work with TikTok. So my TikTok account is Let's Talk. So it's at Let's LETS underscore talk TALK 744. That's the one I mostly do all my uploads and my videos out of. If not, you can follow me under Aisha So Successful Dominique on Facebook. I
Yeah.
have not yet started too much working with the Instagram, but I've been getting a lot of push, like, get your Instagram, get your Instagram. But every time I'm trying to upload like my clips and my shows that I do on Let's Talk on TikTok,
Hmm.
it's not giving me the lead way as far as like the length. So that's why I've been more working with the TikTok platform. I got
Okay.
30K followers on the TikTok platform, and I got that with under 6 months. So I'm just speaking nothing but goodness and greatness. I'm hoping 70K before the year is over. Like, it's not bulk followers. These are people that literally just took the time out to like my work and follow me.
Natural followers, and we like that. I mean,
Yes.
if you want, we can talk about you joining our TikTok agency. If you're eligible, you'll be able
Okay.
to make funds off of that, but get you some income coming in for that.
Okay.
Yes. I want to thank you for the time today, for coming on this podcast. I appreciate you for being on here, taking this time out on this beautiful Thursday. And I want to go ahead and let y'all know you have listened to Behind the Scenes, the N, the I, the T, the A, the space K, here on Riverside Radio. I'm going to go ahead and throw this commercial out before we end it. Again, make sure you reach out to me if you want to do a collaboration with Forrest Lee for music artist collaboration. Make sure you reach out to me if you want to be background or audition for a main role for our TV show Secrets. We got a lot of stuff on the way and in the making. Don't forget NITAKPRODUXTIONZ on Facebook, NITAK Productions with an S, regular spelling, on Instagram, and Nita K Productions on TikTok, and Nita K87 on Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Again, this is Nita K Productions.